Yo, yo, yo. Can't hear you. Can't hear you. These Carolina Panthers already got technical difficulties. Just starting the season. No, sir. No, sir. Why is Mr. Carolina trying to get himself in order there? This is it. Welcome back to Island Boys Football Talk after a slight hiatus. We're back out here for training camp starts this week. Some of the teams start this week. Some of the teams are going to start later on down the week. Your 49ers on will be starting on Wednesday, tomorrow.
Yo, yo.
And there you go.
Damn thing. Wake up, you shit. We'll be back. We are back after probably a month. A month we've been back. Probably a month to, yeah, around a month. But if we are back, that obviously means football is back.
You
And
better.
this week is definitely football week. We got all the teams reporting the training camp. And we are happy to be back to get our show started. We'll be on deck every week from now until February when the season ends. And everyone can talk some football with us. They can always tune in or subscribe to our page, Island Boys Football Talk on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. And if they ever want to jump in and chat with us on the show, they just send us your email and you can always jump in and chat with us on the show. But we're back. It's football time. I'm excited. I know Shane is excited.
You better.
Jizzle will be back in the next show. Still out vacationing. But what's going on in San Fran for training camp, for everyone reporting in training camp?
Well, a lot of things been going on, since we've been away. Um, no big surprises, no big disappointments. Jimmy G coming off his shoulder surgery, starting to throw again. He'll be there for training camp for now because he's on the trade block. For us gave him the go ahead and seek a trade. There's been a couple rumors going on. There's one rumor going on which I don't want to happen, but we'll see. Because they're saying that that's the strongest suitor right now for him since y'all went with Baker Mayfield. I thought y'all was gonna go with Jimmy, but that's fine. Um, the whole offseason talk been about Debo. Debo reported to camp today, and John Lynn said they look to have they're in contract talks with Debo now and look to have a agreement with him in the near future. So that's a good thing. So I see nobody on the team has held out, and everybody showed up for training camp.
Well, yeah, I mean, usually persons that hold out here is either a contract dispute or family emergency, personal reasons. From Carolina side, it's just I think everyone is there except Rashawn Melvin. I read that Scott Federer said that he has not attended due to personal reasons, which we'll find out more about tomorrow. But everyone has reported. Only one person, Shaq Thompson, he'll start the training camp on a PUP list because he just had a clean out in the knee. But I expect him back for week one. He doesn't need to do much training in terms of training. He's been there for 8 years now, so he knows what's going on. But we just got to get his knee clear out. But I think outside of that, everyone's there. Mm, we we talked about the quarterback drama for the entire off season, and even while we were gone for a few weeks, it didn't end. It ended up the quarterback drama ended with the Panthers taking Baker after that long wait. Am I happy? I am. I am happy that Baker's there. If he wins it, I actually think he's gonna win it, the starting job. If he doesn't win it, that means he pushed Sam Donald to the next level, or
So
you got
so
Matt Corral.
so what you trying to tell me? Sam Darnold gonna beat a Baker Mayfield?
Well, if he win that starting job, that means then push he better. So I expect Baker fully to think. But the problem with when you sign right before training camp, you got to learn the whole offense. It takes them a while. If Sam Donald does start the season as a week 1 starter, I think Baker will come in by week 3. I think so. But I'm not giving up on Corral either. He says today in his interview that don't overlook me as just a developmental quarterback. I came to compete. So I'm excited about that. But like I said, the main focus has been that Baker's over. He dropped 3.5 million out of his salary to come to Carolina. We're paying him 4.5 million, which is nothing. The Browns eventually stood pat. They paid him 10 million, and he has 3.5 million in incentives. So we got Baker. Like I said, I'm gonna look for a chef hat because first week of the season, Baker going 24 of 32, 400 yards, 5 touchdowns, and we cooking with Baker. And we're gonna be cooking with Baker from week 1 because we're gonna ride the Bronx. So we got a lot of stuff to talk about. But the main thing for Carolina is the quarterback. But I'll go through more in the Carolina Panthers team in a little bit. What you excited about? What you looking for in training camp for these 49ers?
So you know the big elephant in the room is Trey Lance.
Oh yeah, no, I had something to message you and tell you today. They were doing like a survey and they said one scout or one executive said, pump your brakes on Trey Lance. I ain't too sold on this Trey Lance thing.
It's a coach, not an
It's a
executive.
coach, right? Yeah, they
Yeah,
said, pump
yeah,
your brakes on this.
a coach from the NFC West. Yeah, yeah.
It's not a Rams, so stop.
It's the damn Rams.
It's not the Rams.
Who else it gonna be?
The Rams win the Super Bowl. They don't have to worry about Caillou.
And who's the biggest nemesis?
The Cardinals.
I know. Kyler Murray, who got go Jamarcus Russell style in the.
I think it's somebody on the Seahawks because they're saying that to boost Jimmy Garoppolo value. I think.
What's the one team that Jimmy Garoppolo own? The Rams.
I wouldn't say own because he win the Super Bowl.
Own. It don't matter. You got a lot of teams that own.
But who win this year?
It don't matter who win it. A lot of
No,
teams
but who the Rams had to beat?
To get to the beat the Bengals to win the Super Bowl.
No. Who they had to beat in the NFC? Okay.
We had to go through a gauntlet, you know. I watch.
It don't matter.
I watched a damn thing last night. A lot of teams don't have to go through the gauntlet that we went through.
It don't matter. That's why the NFL is played. You think anybody thought the Bengals would make the Super Bowl?
The odds of beating a team 3 times in a row in one season is.
That's hard. Yes, I agree. But who thought with a quarterback getting sacked 60-something times during the season that would make it to the Super Bowl? That's hard to a second-year quarterback. So you guys remember we always say the NFC is the physical division. The AFC is the flashy division. You got to put up the points in the AFC and you got to bump and grind in the NFC.
I could bet you dollars to donuts that coach is for him Mixie.
You got hatred for the Rams, so you would say so. See, you don't fear the Cardinals or the Seahawks. That's why you would think that they ain't safe. I got a feeling of Pete Carroll. He's safe.
He got a lot more things to worry about than anything.
The West is finally over for the Seahawks.
I gotta tell you, like I've been talking to some people and I tell them straight up, Shanahan is a genius when it comes down to scheming. Every quarterback that Shanahan had under his wing that he meet in the organization. You're looking at Robert Griffin III. You're looking at Matt Ryan. What he do for them quarterbacks. Look at Jimmy. What he do for them quarterbacks. Well, he in his tenure with the teams. Now he has something that he could mold and shape and farm into what he wants it to be. I think it's gonna be ugly. And with the team that we have, all offense that we have right now, I think it's gonna be very, very ugly. Now I ain't gonna lie. I'll freaking schedule in a pump.
My thing with it is like you see, it gonna get ugly. You're gonna go through your pains.
Of course.
Do I think he's ready to carry the team this year?
I don't
I
think so.
don't.
I don't think
But
so.
that now this becomes my problem here because say Trey Lance is booming and busting 2 years down the road.
Mm-hmm.
Is the team still gonna be the same team 2 years down the road? I don't think so.
No, I mean we young, but still you're gonna run into salary cap.
You're gonna run into salary issues. You're gonna have to do because how this Trey Lance what second year?
Second year.
So in 2 more years he'll be fourth year. They gotta pick up the fifth year option more than likely.
That's a must.
Which means and
Yeah,
you know quarterbacks don't like to play on a 1 year deal.
Yeah.
So you're gonna have to sign him when you done got Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, you can get Debo, you can
Fred-
get Kittle.
Yeah, Fred Kittle and he last contract now.
Mm-hmm.
Fred just saying he contract. Debo gonna saying he's this year. Bosa gonna saying he's next year. After that,
Armstead on his.
Armstead and he's there.
Who
But
else?
Armstead last contract too.
Who else you got?
He's young. We ain't got nobody.
Warren's a big contract.
Trent Williams got a big contract. He good. He lock up.
Mm-hmm. Who else on the line got big contracts?
Williams.
Except him. Except he.
Nobody. Remember Alex Mack gone. Lincoln Thomason gone. McGlinchey out there, but he ain't on a big contract.
Mm.
The defensive line, Armstead probably got the biggest. Well, Bosa gonna have the biggest one once we sign him next year. Armstead probably got the biggest right now. We get rid of Defoe and book him in them out free agents. Linebackers, only Fred. Corners, no corner ain't picking up no big contract. I mean, Tavares Ward contract ain't that big neither.
That ain't that big.
Right. So we really all running backs, no big contracts on running backs. But again, the problem you have, like, when we play Madden, you pick up all these young players. What happen when all of them are hit at the same time?
You're gonna have to pay or leave people. So that's where you come. You got draft well one, and then two, you gotta be able to sign good little bargain bin free agents that are gonna help your team.
Right.
But with the 49ers built to win this year, next year, probably the year after, with that group that they got there.
We got 3 years span to win this over.
The thing with quarterback, the good thing for Trey Lance is that, like you see, what's his name? Shanahan is good at protecting his quarterbacks. But the reason he drafts Trey Lance is to let it loose. Yeah, he can use his feet. He got a powerful arm. He don't want to protect people.
Shanahan had a quarterback that had a powerful arm. I have to check my facts before Robert Griffin, but I don't think he had a quarterback that had a powerful arm.
Exactly. I think he actually want to let it loose with Trey Lance.
He just steam him open. I mean, we see it. We've seen it watching the games in the last 3 years, 2 years. We've seen it when Emmanuel Sanders down the field wide open, Kittle down the field wide open. Them guys down the field wide open. Jimmy, I was gonna complain about it. Yeah, he'd hit him when they're open, but he never hit him in stride. They have to wait for the ball to come.
But can Trey Lance make those tight throws?
Yeah, man. I don't think it's nothing. It's nothing with his. He's raw. His strength is raw. He's just raw, but he has it. He can make the throws. He's a gun. He's typical almost type gunslinger ish. No, he just got understand.
Yeah, he's a gunslinger. He got that arm.
He just needs to come now and understand the game. Slow the game down, make he reads, and hit. The people gonna be open. Shanahan will scheme them open for you. You just need to make the right throws.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that'll take it again, like our biggest thing with Jimmy. Everybody know Jimmy for a book. Where Jimmy gonna kill you in the middle of the field all the time. That's where he going.
He don't have the power to throw on the out bands.
Right. But now now you have this versatile quarterback now who could throw inside, outside, up the middle. And if you try and play him too bad, he could gash you up the middle for a run. And then still don't forget that we have our running game. So this is what I think I want to do is these multitude of attacks on our
but something you said too that's a good point. The line ain't the same it used to be.
Right.
When you had a veteran like Alex Mack that run in the center, that was very good. I mean, you got your blind side, which is Trent Williams.
Yeah.
them just grade McGlinchey at 69 and mad, which means he ain't that good.
That's trash.
So who's the center and the two guards? We
So
see I see it firsthand last year when you don't have a good line. I don't care who the quarterback is. You're gonna look back. We watched Donald. You hear me cussing 20 times, and I didn't really put all the blame on Don because by the time he said how they had people in the face. The thing is, the good thing for Trey Lance is he's mobile. He could move his feet,
yeah,
which is good. Well, let's just also hope though that the two defensive ends don't play contain, go wide, and the middle of the line getting pushed back. Because the worst thing you could do is two defensive ends playing contain and the middle of the line giving the push right in the quarterback face, and he can't run nowhere. So I
I
don't
don't
know who your linemen are.
I don't think you could afford to do that against the finals. I don't think you can put him contained because we're gonna run because Shanahan run and runs on your ass all night. So other than the names that you mentioned, McGlinchey and Trent,
Mm-hmm.
you know, our left guard or right guard gonna be Aaron Banks. He's a rookie that we picked up last year. He's a monster. We had him on the bench mauling. I expect a lot from him. We got Jalen Moore, who's another guard. He good. And then I sent my like you said, the weakest point to me is center.
Yeah, who's the center?
They in love with this Jake Brendel dude. I have no idea.
How many years he in the league?
6.
What
They
his
love
stats like? What his stats like? Pop
them
it up on
love
the screen. Pop it up on the screen here, buddy. Let me see these stats. Cause I don't know how. I know we got wishful thinking, but we still realists wrong here. I had always said Pat Eflin could be good too, and Cam Orban could be good, but we see what happened with them. So I don't know about certain people on this line. I gotta go with your analysis of it. But like you say, even at center, normally we'd hear names and say that we know it, but
yeah.
what his career stat lines look like? I never hear he before.
Tell you what, I mean, 37 games played in his tenure.
How much start?
Um,
He just can't be coming rotating in for 2 downs and then gone out, can
when he, I mean, when you get a game though, they only count they count as a starter, right?
No, you could play games, but you ain't start. Remember, if you coming in as a rotational piece, you playing the game, but you ain't starting.
I can't have. I have to go. So I'll take that homework assignment for next show.
Exactly, because they all play games, but we don't know who. If you say, because like you know, like we know a lot of them running backs that play games, but they don't start. But it's different with linemen. A lot of them play games and don't start. But offensive linemen, you got swing tackles. Somebody could come in and injury and so, but they don't show you like games played and they tell you game started.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Well, like I said, I got to take your word for it because we don't know who the center is. And then having a young quarterback, he got to develop that connection with Trey Lance.
Right.
Trey
So
Lance.
the good thing is that when Trey Lance were riding the bench earlier last year, that's the center that he was practicing with, right? Because he wasn't practicing with Alex Mack. That was Jimmy Garoppolo practicing with Alex Mack.
So I think that's why they keep him because of,
so the line,
that
the line that
familiarity.
you can see at the start of the season, 3 out of the 5 are accustomed to Trey Lance because they were his that's the second team, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had Aaron Banks, Jalen Moore, in this center, Jake Brendel, practicing with Trey Lance because the only people that really left from last year's team on the line is the starters is Trent and McGlinchey, the 2 tackles.
So the inside is the second teamers.
Basically, yeah.
You got enough confidence in them to go up against the Aaron Donalds and those guys up the middle?
I think up the middle gonna be fine because, like I say, the guards that we drafted ain't no pushovers. Them is 306 something, and you know whichever side Aaron Donald he can get chipped from one of our tackles, either McGlinchey or Trent. But like again, I say it's all about. I think our coaching staff smart enough to know that if my interior kind of weak, we can keep the defense on the toes. You can't just come rushing at us like a crazy out there. We dump it over your head and run it, and then trick will run.
And
right?
that's true too. Because then, like the good thing with Carolina is like they invested in the line this year, but a lot of them are more maulers in terms of they'll
Right.
pong you down with a run. So you got Ike Kwanu who we drafted. He's a mauler. His pass rush, his pass protection is good, but he's known for mauling people. Austin Corbett, who just came out of the Rams, he's a terrific run blocker. Bradley Bozeman, terrific run blocker. So there's a team there that they're gonna run the ball down your throat, which can open up play action. See, the good thing with the 49ers last year was they were very good at zone runs.
Oh yeah.
They were really good at zone runs, running the wide zone, and we just gotta hope that those guards can keep the pace with those zones because Lakin Tomlinson was really good with it. Alex Mack knew how to handle it, and then the other guard that was there. Now you still got McGlinchey in Armstead, but now you got three new players up the middle. Well, not technically new, but
Not technically new, right? You got some upstart rookies, and then we draft a couple of linemen too, you know. But if Mac, so basically, if while starting linemen look like it's Trent Williams, Aaron Banks, who's a second year, but he was a rookie last year. Center gone, so that gonna be either this guy Brendel or they might move Brunskill into that center position. Right guard is with Brunskill and right tackle McGlinchey. But again, we gotta see what comes out of training camp, right? Cause that's where you're gonna depend too.
yeah, that's what training camp's there for. That's the battles. What's another battle you interested in for training camp?
The corner position. I think that people underestimating how good we let me just not say corner, let me say secondary. Because I don't think I think people underestimating how well the finals improved in secondary. So they bring back Jason Verrett. He was a beast until he get injured. Key point, injury. But when he played most of this season last year, and that was a shutdown. That was a shutdown out there with Jason Verrett. E-Man. Everybody know what Emmanuel Mosley. Now we got to pick up Travarius Ward. We got Avery Thomas, the rookie who everybody was picking on last year till he started showing up. And he started to show flashes at the end. So now you had a whole offseason now. After you don't get that speed thing. That's 4 corners, right? That's just corners, right? We don't only play 2 corners in a nickel. Somebody can go to nickel. I ain't worried about that spot yet. We got people playing a nickel. But right now I want to see who's gonna be my starter. Because I like my boy Mosley. So you got Travarius Ward. Well, you gonna have Travarius Ward and Jason Verrett on the edges. I think that's a lockdown corner.
So we're Mosley playing.
Mosley gonna probably be third, and not even a nickel. Not even a nickel.
But he wasn't
he wasn't
CB1 last year.
He was CB2 behind Verrett. When Verrett get injured, he moved to CB1.
I still think they're gonna keep him CB1
with Verrett and Travarius Ward.
Yeah, but you're banking on Verrett getting hit. We got to see how he comes back from that injury. What it was it a tear ACL?
Was it
or Achilles?
I think it was Achilles.
Check it out. I sure.
But okay, so either way, you got Travarius Ward, you got Mosley, you got Verrett. That's 3 solid corners to me, I think, right there.
Yeah.
Serious corner that underrated. Nobody really talk about him, but he do nothing but lockdown. Safety. My man, what's that? Safety is a problem for the finals. We got 3 safeties got play one spot, and we don't know who to put in there.
Let me ask you a question. Verrett ACL in week 1?
No. He played most of the season. You must have looking at the year before, man.
I'm saying ACL in week 1 of the 2021 season.
No, man, not wrong. Because he played most of the season.
This is what I don't understand.
He played most of the season, man. But I didn't say week 1 for real, but I don't remember that.
Well, this is why I say I don't know.
I don't remember him going against the Lions. I thought he was there longer.
I'd say that this is why I thought.
So again, if he go down, because it look like he can't make it past week 1. You got Mosley gonna step back into that number. I think he go number 2 because you got Ward, right? Number so 1 and 2, then Avery Thomas will be number 3. And then you got Lenore.
And then you would see they ain't gonna stress Verrett because ACL is a
Right.
a big injury. So he could be a rotational cornerback.
I think so too. And then we'll slide somebody nickel. Nickel was very important because we had a lockdown nickel corner in what he named. He was a little small little honey badger. And he got to Miami now. Um like again I say strong safety is a problem. You got Hufunga, who just play like Palomalu. You got other guys in strong safety. And you got Jimmy Ward playing free safety. I think our secondary has greatly improved with just that one pick of a free agency. Um, and that was our weakest point last year. 2021 was our weakest point in Connor. In our defense was our secondary. Linebackers still intact. Greenlaw, Fred Warner, Alcize. Um, so linebackers good. The defensive line, I think our defensive line can get stronger because you got Armstead, Kinlaw, Bosa, and you have Ibukim or somebody else playing out on the other side. But you know how much linemen we got. We pick up about 23 defensive linemen. We pick up another one today. So, like I say, finance mentality is have a defensive line rotation for every down. And I've seen them walk it. Every down you watch in a finance game is a different defensive lineman out there. Bosa might do 2-3 reps, 2 or 3 downs, but that's all you can get. Maybe 1 or 2. The first
they keep them fresh. They keep them fresh.
Right.
So that's good.
I think if Kinlaw, they say they've talked about Kinlaw off season. He's a monster in the middle, and they say he ain't do nothing but improve. So we'll see. If them guys stay healthy, we'll see our defensive lines. Our defense should just go another top notch. We would on both sides of our team, offense and defense, were in the top 10 last year. So I expect, if not the same, better.
I don't like to go too far, and when people say they had an amazing off season because they had said Donald had an amazing off season, then two you look them trade for Baker. So I don't understand how you're so amazing that you trade for Baker. So everybody does say as long as you don't get in trouble, you had an amazing off season. That's all we hear. And that's expected. Coming into training camp, everybody gonna tell you, oh, we can't wait to see this player, this and that, but we don't know what goes on behind the scenes. But we know the 49ers are a team. They're gonna be vexed that they lost that game against the Rams.
Yeah.
The Rams is the Super Bowl champion. They're trying to run it back. The 49ers can't let the guard slip. You can look at the Cardinals. We don't fear the Cardinals, but at one point they were 8-2 last year. We'll have to see how it turns out. No, they lose DeAndre Hopkins for 6 weeks. But they made that trade for Marquise Brown. He still got Chandler Jones. They get Buda Baker, all those guys. We'll see how we go. And then you got the
Chandler Jones got Oakland.
Oh no, I mean he got to Oakland, my bad. I think that's even a bigger hit. So I don't know nothing about them. And then we got the Seahawks who look like they decided that it was time. I don't want to say rebuild because it was just a quarterback that was gone. It's just a quarterback that decided to leave. Well, not leave. They traded him and said, it's time. We need to start fresh. They still got the core of the team, even though it's deteriorating. But the quarterback, it comes down to no one fears Drew Lock.
Right.
Are they really gonna start Drew Lock, or like you said? Right now, it looks like the Seahawks is the only destination for Garoppolo.
The Browns too.
I don't think the Browns gonna go for it because more and more you look, Watson ain't gonna get suspended for the year. 8 or 6 games he gonna get. What you gonna do with Garoppolo after 8 or 6 games? He just got back in the same spot. And the 49ers trying to do right by him. Then they just trade him away if they don't give him the best chances. You know what I mean? By going to the Bronx, you're only there for a short time. So how it looks now is that Watson might get 8 games. I just glad we playing in week 1 and get it out of the way. But I know the Rams. How would it look that you guys trade him to the Rams, then you gotta play him?
The Seahawks, I mean.
I mean the Seahawks, yeah, trade him to the Seahawks, and then you gotta. I mean, you got every day that he doesn't get traded from today is a day he can't learn the playbook.
Right, because training camp start today, and if you want to be a starting quarterback,
you gotta learn the trade. Exactly.
I think that trigger gonna have to get pulled this week. Have to.
It gonna have to.
And I really think the team's just waiting on him to throw a ball. I think that's what they're waiting on. They're waiting to see him throw a ball. He hasn't thrown a ball
I know
since.
that was a big thing, yeah.
Yeah.
But he tried yet. He
No,
showed us good now.
he good. He cleared the practice, but he ain't sure about it. Like again, training camp start tomorrow, so we'll see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
He reported the camp. So
I know. From the press conference today, Shanahan said, "Well, we've spoken. We're rolling with Trey Lance here or QB1, so it's not to say like it's got back and forth thing. They already put their foot down, say what they got to say, and they're gonna do what's best for Jimmy, and that's not on the team. The Rams might be the, like I say, like you said, so it could be the Bronx. The Bronx had interest, but I think the Bronx are fine with Brissett knowing that the team that they got wrong them. They could be fine with Brissett for 6 games, 8 games. But right now, Garoppolo's, if he wants to start, it's just the Seahawks. Every other team thing. Look at Carolina was his only other option, and they rolled with Baker. So Garoppolo and the Seahawks uniform against the 49ers. After he took us to the Super Bowl once or twice? Once. And 2 NFC championships.
One NFC, two NFC championships.
2 NFC championships.
2 NFC championships. Yeah. He's a playoff. He's a winning. No matter what he say, he's a winning quarterback.
He's there, yeah. It's just that he's not, like you say, he's not Joe Burrow. He's not Stafford. He's not Mahomes. Those guys. He'll get you there. But then, I mean, see, I just don't even like to grade him off. The one throw in the Super Bowl. Other people. So what happened if Burrow had missed a throw like that? Why did I say that? Burrow suck? But no. They just know that Garoppolo, his strength isn't arm strength. His strength isn't arm strength.
The problem is, the main fact of the problem is that Garoppolo came from under who?
Belichick.
Not even Belichick, Brady.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody wanted Garoppolo to come from Patriots and come out to be the next Tom Brady.
But remember, at one point, we were talking about this. Belichick didn't want to get rid of Garoppolo.
I know. And I can see why. I can see why.
He knew what he wanted. He knew what he got with Garoppolo. He would have taken over from Tom Brady a lot sooner than Tom Brady left.
Mm-hmm.
If he was still there. You had to hold on to Tom Brady because you didn't have the person. And see who they drafted. They drafted, even though Mac Jones, just look at Mac Jones' intangibles, the way he plays. He ain't got that strong arm. It's precision passing. They are the same.
Yeah.
It's just that I think Garoppolo's just better. But he don't have him. And I don't think he'll try to go back with him. No, well, he ain't going to go back on the Patriots because they got Mac Jones. But Garoppolo, we just know, you know in this day now that in a passing league, you want somebody that, 1, is mobile, and 2, if you're mobile, can sling it. And Garoppolo can sling it. So that's in the way the football is played now. If you can't run, you got to be able to throw. So what does Tampa do with Brady? They protect the hell out of him. The 49ers protect the hell out of Garoppolo, but we're going to see what happens with Trey Lance because it's the Trey Lance show now.
He got a choice. The problem is that he's coming out with that same pressure on his shoulders, right? The same pressure that Steve Young had when he took over Joe Montana.
Yeah, because you taking over a team that was 1 interception away from the Super Bowl.
Right. So I already watched a couple of shows already where they're like, if Trey Lance don't take the finals to at least the NFC Championship.
Yeah, that's a boss.
And that's unfair. You know what I'm saying? And I think my disappointment would be if we don't make it to the playoffs. That would be my disappointment. The team need to make it to the playoffs. We cannot afford to miss the playoffs. Right.
See, my thing is either a win-win situation or a lose-lose situation. Because, like you say, if he don't make it to the playoffs, You know what the tag gonna be? Oh, Garoppolo would have carried the team to play.
Yep.
But also, it gonna be that next year Shanahan's on the hot seat because if he don't make it in the playoff in 2 straight years, that means Trey Lance was the wrong answer. We gave up so much for Trey Lance.
Yeah.
Trey Lance got to go, and Shanahan gonna get fired as well as the GM.
John.
So, like I say, it's a win-win situation, it's a lose-lose situation. Because if you win everything. But if you lose, a lot of people going down. So there's no excuses. They could say he's young, but then other people gonna say, so why you didn't keep Jimmy?
Yeah.
You understand? So it's like you can't win with nothing you see. You just gotta go there and prove it. Chad has to go there and see. I told I out this was gonna happen. I tell you, we got it. So the good thing is Shanahan's confident. Lynch is confident.
Yeah.
They made it clear. There's no secrets. Garoppolo is not gonna be here. Or he will get traded, or if not, he's QB2, but it's Trey Lance show.
Yep.
So Trey Lance just has to focus and
so we ain't going into the season talking about quarterback.
Exactly. You're in the Carolina Panthers. I can't wait to get on them.
That's Ahmed's brother. That's already been squashed from the beginning of training camp. From the interview that they did today, Trey Lance is QB number 1.
Yeah. So it brings us over to the other side of the country now. It's basically a QB competition. I listened to Matt Rule today. He says he didn't tell the media how he was gonna divide the reps. He said he was gonna do that in a meeting tonight. I'm assuming both of them will get 14 reps, and I think everyone's excited. DJ Moore's excited for the competition. McCaffrey is gonna be excited. It's basically it's gonna push each other. It's gonna push both of them and Corral, but it's gonna push the players too. Who they jail with the best. The good thing for Baker is we signed Rashad Higgins, who was on the Bronx. Mm-hmm. He worked very well with Baker. He had a real good connection. You got DJ Moore. They said Terrace Marshall is taking a big leap in his second year. Everybody says that, so I got to see. You still got Robert Anderson. I think the key for the Carolina Panthers again is every year is this. Is McCaffrey gonna stay healthy? But I think no, with McAdoo, you got Chuba Hubbard and you got Dante Foreman. I love Dante Foreman. He's the pounder. He gonna pong it in. Give McCaffrey more breaks. You can utilize McCaffrey better. So I think they're gonna keep McCaffrey well fresh as the season goes on, and that should be helpful. But we all know the main battle is the quarterbacks. And if you ask me who I pick, I go with Baker. Let's just put it as that. I want Baker to win the thing. I've seen enough of Sam Darnold. I don't blame Sam Darnold 100% for last year. It wasn't entirely his fault. But Baker, he's proven to. Last year he was injured for the entire season. He shouldn't have played a lot of those games.
Right.
So I got roll with Baker. I rolling with him. The beauty of it is, if we suck this year, Baker, Matt Rule, and Sam Darnold gone. All of them is 1-year deal, so we got cap space next year. Are you gonna turn the reins over to Corral? Are you gonna draft? Depends on how you be. Or are you gonna draft CJ Stroud? We don't know. That's for next year. But the main battle is the quarterback battle. Also, the line is a lot better this year. You got Taylor Moton. You got Austin Corbett, who just won a Super Bowl. He was very important to the Rams. You got Bradley Bozeman. He was a center for the Ravens. The center was elite. Then you got the best lineman in the draft, Ike Kwanu. So is he gonna play left tackle or left guard? I'm hoping he goes to left tackle, and then Brady Christensen will play left guard. So the line is a lot better on paper. You got the pieces there. You got the skill position players. Tight end, Tommy Tremble, and Ian Thomas. The offense looks a lot better on paper to me. It's just you got to jail. Can Baker jail and learn the playbook fast enough? We'll see. Tomorrow we get on the field. Tomorrow's what, the 27th? What's tomorrow? Tomorrow 27th, right? 27th. That's our first practice. Yep. Let's see what happens. I'm eager. I'm excited. Let's look at the defensive side. GM Scott Federer said today that he wants to add more bodies. We're still in contact with Carlos Dunlap. He's up there in age, but he had 9 sacks last year. he could come in and throw downs, be a situational pass rusher. Dennis Shelton, who's been around and has performed well, he had a visit this year. We're gonna add bodies. That looks good. We got to take the pressure off of Brian Bones because Hassan Reddick isn't there. Linebacker, Shaq Thompson should be there. Let's see what Damian Wilson and Corey Littleton, what they could bring to the table, as well as Frankie Louvu. Then my big thing is now the cornerbacks. That could be a real serious cornerback room or a boom. It's like a boomer bust because you got Jonte Jackson, JC Hahn, and CJ Henderson. That could be a real big boom if everybody played it right, or a real big bust. Because we see what CJ Henderson was drafted number 9 overall for a reason. Even though he hasn't played like it, he was 9th overall for a reason. You ain't going to just draft somebody and say he wasn't worth it. He just ain't work out. But he's drafted there for a reason. So we're going to have him, CJ Henderson, Xavier Woods, and Jeremy Chin. So the team actually looks a lot better. As we can see on the Panthers, we had a lot of change in the coaching department. We got 2 former head coaches, which is good. McAdoo and Steve Wilkes. I think Steve Wilkes coming back to the defense is very, very important. And I'm very, very excited to have Steve Wilkes back. McAdoo will do some stuff as well. We're gonna love. I'm just really, really excited for tomorrow. I'm glad that football is back. But my Panthers, what are we gonna see? Gotta be like we know, Matt Rule's seat is burning up. His seat is burning up. So we gotta see what's gonna happen with Matt Rule if he lasts the season or not. You gain anything from Baker doing nonsense? No. Because we only got him on 1-year deals. We looking at it from a short-term perspective for no. But I do hope he wins the starting job, gives the fan base a big boost of energy again. The team looks better. And I saw one executive, I know this one was an executive, they said if Baker comes in and plays humble, keeps himself humble, and McCaffrey stays healthy, the Panthers could get that number 7 seed as and I think the team isn't a bad team. Last year we were just derailed by quarterback and offensive line play. You fix that and you're looking better. We had some good drafts. So let's see what happens. I'm excited with the way the Panthers are going. I like to cuss Matt Rule, but he and Scott Fitterer does do some good things. And I think Matt Rule finally get it there. Hey, I know I come in here on my big 7-year deal, but this ain't college. You need to listen to people. As he said before, he had a lot of yes men on his team. But he ain't like that anymore. He got a lot of experienced coaches on his team. So we're gonna see what happens from tomorrow. From tomorrow, I'll be ready and looking, getting as much updates that I need. We're gonna have. I think tomorrow you go through like some conditioning. You go try some one-on-one drills, 7-on-7 drills without the pads, and then you'll get some padded practices. So we'll see how it is. So we just gotta keep it in tune. From the Panthers point of view, everyone's excited. Everyone thinks that a quarterback competition is gonna bring out the best in everybody. So I can't wait for it. And we coming for the NFC South. I'm saying it from now. We coming for the NFC South.
It should be up for grabs, I think.
I wouldn't go. The Saints, you know where you're getting at the Saints. Top defense, but we don't know how Winston doing. As long as Tom Brady playing, you can't count them up. And they got a Falcons that the worst team, close to the worst team in the NFL. So I don't know what's going on out there.
I don't know what the Falcons doing, but we gotta see. We gotta play them, so I don't care what I'm doing. I just do what I want.
Exactly. So I think for the whole week, we're gonna have training camp. So we're gonna get a lot of updates. And like I said, football has started. So every day got something going on in football. That's how it's gonna be from now till February.
Yep.
We're gonna always have something going on. We have this week and next week you got training camp. I think the first game or the first preseason game is usually, well, I think the Hall of Fame game is either next week or the week after.
Next week, I think, is the Hall of Fame game.
And next week is a Hall of Fame game. Then after that, you got a first set of preseason. I think the first preseason game is when? That is like the 13th or the 14th or something like that.
I just had my schedule up just now. But the Hall of Fame game, I think, is who, the Raiders and somebody, right?
I don't know.
August 12th. So 2 weeks.
That's a Hall of Fame game.
Oh, that's the first preseason game.
Exactly.
Hall of Fame game gotta be next week.
Yeah, it's gonna be there.
Next week, I don't think I know. What the hell I'm talking about?
The Hall of Fame game should be if the first preseason game is the 12th, it's that Hall of Fame game is usually the week before.
The 4th.
So probably next week, yeah. Yeah, so it means football is definitely back.
in full swing. Raiders and
And
the
like I said,
Jaguars.
football, you got football next week. Even though you're not gonna see no starters, at least there's football next week. That's good because everybody's gonna be locked into our teams. We're gonna have our show running regularly. Come and talk about some football, what's going on with the Niners, the Panthers, and the Eagles with when KG comes back. We'll also keep up to date with a lot of other NFL news.
Breaking news, top stories.
Exactly. Like we had one today that it may look small or it may look big, depending on how you look at it. But Julio Jones is headed to Tampa Bay. It can be good. Some people may say he wash up, or some people will say, oh, that's another thing for who. That's another pass catcher for. But I think, why I like it is because you remember thing with Toya Gronk.
Yep.
They used to play a lot of two tight end sets last year. Gronk in there and OJ Howard in there, so you got Cameron Brate.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna use Julio Jones probably. He ain't gonna beat nobody outside anymore.
He's an inside big man.
But you see, the thing is, Godwin used to play on the slot all the time.
Yeah.
So they may put Julio Jones outside
They could.
and with Micah Evans. But however it goes, we know how it is. I forget Bruce Arians in there. I mean, he's not on the field. He's still in the organization. But I think it can be good still. It could be a dangerous combo. So we got to keep our eyes on it.
Yeah, once you got Brady on the field, that's a dangerous combo.
Mm-hmm.
So
you got to keep our eyes on it for now. And I think outside of that news, I know we had Chris Carson retire due to neck injuries. I love watching Chris Carson run. He was a violent runner.
Mm-hmm.
But that's the thing that you have with football. A lot of stuff happens in football, and injuries are a part of them. I know one thing that they was said that was good was they're gonna release him so he can pick up millions in benefits.
Yeah.
If he just retire, he would lose the benefits. So that was good. Chris Godwin is cleared for camp. Roquan Smith and Robert Quinn reported to the Bears training camp, even though I thought so too, but they say he reported. So Quinn, who skipped mandatory camp, he still wants his trade. So, but he reported. Jesse Bates, the talented safety, did not report. He's made it clear he's not playing without a deal. We're gonna see what happened there.
I wish I had a safety.
We are going to see what happens there.
Well, we got pay deals. I can't even go in the pools where they're looking for nothing.
We're gonna see. Then you had Darius Leonard gone by his middle name though. I don't know all of this. He said he was only called Darius when I was in school or when I was in trouble. He got his middle name Shaquille Leonard. That's gonna be a hard change.
Whatever.
What else we got? We got again, like you updated us with Debo. But little things there. I know Mohamed Sanu signed with the Dolphins. So that's another set of news. But outside of that, you still got like OBJ and those guys and free agents.
Yeah.
So I'm
I
sure
think
we're gonna have more news
yeah,
as
but
the week goes
like
on.
Thursday we have someone who's flying off the edges. You know,
I know
watch.
one thing for sure, you're gonna get a lot more signings
Yeah.
because everybody know that training camp you want a lot of bodies. So you're gonna have a lot of bottom end of the roster shuffling.
Yep.
Person gonna get released, you're gonna bring in a fresh body, those kinds of stuff. And you still got a lot of talented veterans out on the market that could help teams.
Oh yeah.
For
Most definitely.
example, OBG and Carlos Dunlap and those guys. So we gotta see. We'll see how tomorrow goes. You know, that's the first training for a lot of persons. We're gonna see how it goes. I'm sure we're gonna get more NFL news as the week goes on. We'll keep posting on our Instagram page and Facebook page about what's happening with our teams and NFL news. I'm sure we'll see a trade or two as we go on.
Yep.
You'll see a few, maybe see a few surprise releases. We don't know if surprise. I think I didn't see it. I didn't this the what you call it, the Bronx, not the Bronx, the Buccaneers and Julio Jones was surprising to me because
Yeah.
we always thought he was going to the Colts. The Colts were always the ones linked to him, and then just out of the blue, bam, he got into the Buccaneers. So
Chasing that ring.
exactly. So we're gonna see what happens. I know. One thing I was watching today is that people are very worried with the Chiefs because Orlando Brown ain't playing on no franchise tag,
Yeah.
and the Chiefs team
They lose.
ain't how it used to be.
Tyrann Matthew. They lose. They've been losing offensive linemen for the last 2 years straight.
Exactly, and you without Tyreek Hill.
Yeah.
So can the other person step up? I know they signed Juju Smith, but he's not Tyreek Hill.
Ain't Teddy Hill.
He's more a possession receiver. Who I mean, he still got the
You got
them Nicole Hardman and them fellas.
the boys is
So
Gazelle still.
exactly. So we'll see how it goes. We'll see. It's exciting again. Football is back, so we're excited for any piece of news.
We got
So
better too, so we gonna see what happens.
and then oh yeah, we had Kyler sign his contract extension, but with a clause in it that make you wonder what is really that feel like being high school.
Yeah, homework class in college.
Yeah, 4 hours a week of independent film.
Film study. Yes, sir.
So 4 hours. What the worst that can happen?
But the man admit, if you read the article, the man say he don't study no damn film.
He don't study film because that's why he don't run up and down full speed like that.
Mhm.
I mean, what the worst that if somebody gonna pay me 230 million, all I gotta do is 4 hours of film study. I'll do 10. I get 230 million. So let's see if he really gonna do this thing or he gonna lose money
With his contract.
in this contract. He'd be very stupid to do some nonsense, don't do no film study. If
Yep.
he really care about winning, he'll do it. Well, he better care about his money, or else he will do it. But I think that's all the news in terms of NFL. Everybody reported they got few physically unable to perform players on each team due to some injuries or some off-season surgeries.
Coming back still a little too rushed.
Yeah. So, but I'm sure by the next time we do our show, we'll have a lot more to talk about. Probably some very good stuff that happens or some very bad stuff that happens because practices will be on the way.
Yep.
We can see how Trey Lance has done. We can see what's the quarterback battle in Carolina looks like. We're gonna hear from Jizzle about his new look Philadelphia Eagles with AJ Brown and Jalen Hurts. So it's gonna be a lot that we're gonna discuss on our next show. When's our next show? We doing it Sunday or we doing it on Tuesday?
I think we did on Tuesday.
That is the day after Juve. I recovered.
Yeah, and then I think after the Hall of Fame game, we go back to probably Sunday, Tuesday.
Well, let's see because if good
Because
stuff happens,
once the Hall of Fame game play, the next week after that is preseason.
if good stuff happened to me during the weekend, these practices, I'll pop on Sunday and talk about what I saw. So I would.
Suave.
No. What I got Sunday? I might be Santa Grown. I don't know yet. But we'll stick it for next week Tuesday for sure. We'll stick it for next week Tuesday. That way Jizzle will be back and all of us can talk about how the first week of training camp went from each team.
All right, and so Tuesday,
Yep.
for the report, we'll have the full squad back on. We'll talk about each training camp. Training camp will be over by that time. We'll talk about that and get ready for the Hall of Fame game.
Definitely.
All right, then. Peace out till Tuesday.
All right.
Bless.